Yeah. So, like you said, it is next to impossible, I would say, to get a TA or RA opportunity in the first semester itself. But yeah, when you proceed to the next semester, there are options that are made available to students via email. So yeah, everybody's on the same page over there. But then, I mean, a thing that happened in our program this semester is that a couple of people got shortlisted for an RA opportunity, and the one that got selected had prior work experience, and he got selected because he had prior work experience, and the other candidate did not get selected because the one thing that he was missing was prior work experience. So yeah, that is one aspect where prior work experience can affect uh, your chances of getting an assistantship opportunity. But again, I just like to shed some light on RA, TA, and the other on-campus opportunities. So RA opportunity, I think, should be done by people who are really going for PhD or who are really trying to do a thesis over there. So yeah, like I did not touch upon this before, but this program offers two options. You can complete this program doing a thesis, or you can complete this program without doing a thesis. I am not doing a thesis because I am not inclined towards research that much. So if you're interested in doing a thesis in a particular area, then RA opportunities are for you, and there's a greater chance that you'll be awarded an RA opportunity. When it comes to TA opportunity, it is almost impossible for master students to get one because what the professors are looking for is a long-term association with a TA. So they want someone who can be their TA for, let's say, 3 years, for, let's say, 4 years. So, the only student who can do that, who can stay at Purdue for that long, is a student who is doing his PhD. So yeah, so TA opportunities, I would say you guys should not think about if you're going for masters. But RA opportunities is something, like I said, you can get, and it entirely depends on the nature of the research that is going on, and the nature of the assistantship that is being offered, and the nature of the relationship with the professor who is doing that research. And yeah, again, another thing that is to be kept in mind while going for RA opportunities is that it is going to demand a lot. It again, as I said, it depends on the nature of the research that is going on. A friend of mine who is actually an RA at present, he had to drop one of his courses because the load of his RA opportunity, of his RA position was too much to handle. And that is something that normally happens, and you guys should be prepared for it. The best part about it is that you guys don't have to pay the tuition for that semester because it gets taken care of by Purdue. So, yeah, that is what I wanted to shed light on with respect to TA and RA. And when do you apply for them? There is no specific timeline for that. You go there. As I said, it is almost impossible for you to get an opportunity in the first semester itself because in the first semester you're just getting familiar with the professors, you're just getting familiar with the system. Second semester, since the professors know you now, your advisor knows you better. He will email you if there is any opportunity available, and it is generally made public the opportunity so that everyone can apply. And selection criteria, like I said, it totally depends on the research that is being that is going on for that particular professor. And if they think that prior work experience is something that is going to make a difference, then they'll hire a person who has prior work experience. Sometimes that does not matter at all because there are other programs that I've heard of who are not looking for prior work experience and who give RA opportunities to people who just apply, who just take the effort of applying. So in short, I mean, I would like to end this topic by just saying that no matter what the qualifications, the requirements are, just go ahead and apply because you never know, you may be awarded an assistantship opportunity. And yeah, like the question, how much do you earn? Like I said, it takes care of your entire tuition for that semester, and on the top of that, you get a monthly stipend, which I am not very sure about, but it's around let's say $1,200, and that will take care of all your expenses, including rent and everything. $1,200 is like way too much. And how do you find campus jobs? So one thing that is good about Purdue is that campus jobs are available in plenty. So campus jobs, and when I say campus jobs, I mean jobs in food joints that are on campus. You cannot work off campus; that is illegal. Even if people ask you to do that, please stay away from that. And as I said, on-campus jobs are available in plenty because there are so many options, so many dining houses, so many food joints, so many salad places, dessert places. So I would not worry about campus jobs at all. You come here, you apply, and you never know. The next day you will be having a job. And I would recommend everyone to get a campus job the day you land in Purdue because the thing is that once you get a campus job, you get your social security number, and the social security number makes your life way easier than what you're expecting it to be. So just go ahead. Even if you're not interested in doing an on-campus job, go ahead, register for that job, get your social security number, and quit the job.